Well, Paul, lots to be pleased with some of the football, but disappointing result in the end.
Yeah, we just said to the players in there, we should have had 3 points. Everyone on the ground apart from Rod Stringer would recognise that. And we've been undone by, 2 very basic long throws. The flicks have come in from Suarez and the second one from Kevin Amankwa. And that's football. You can't sometimes defend those types of situations. I don't think they had a shot on goal all target, all afternoon rather on target. And it leaves a sour taste in the mouth, because I thought for that first half was one of the best. Certainly at home it's the best we've been by a long way, and the team put a lot of effort in there to secure the win. So to get 1 point is disappointing.
We weren't flattered by 2-0 with 5 minutes to go to half time. Could have been more.
It could have been more, couldn't it? And we had some good chances in that second half as well to have made it safer. But the goal before half time changed the whole ethos of the half time talk. It changed the spirit of them as well, because at 2-0 I think they were looking at a 3 or 4-0 game. And so it gave them something to hang on to, and to be fair to them, they hung on to it right until the last 90th minute or 91st minute. Another long throw comes in and we concede. But fair play to them, they kept going. There's 2 teams as always on the pitch, and they didn't stop trying.
Good to see Jesse back, sort of near full fitness. Near full fitness today, and decent, terrific finish.
I think what we're recognising with Jesse is that one of the reasons that we do seem in control in that first 45 minutes is the amount of energy and performance he gives you. But the problem he's got at the minute is he then loses that very, very quickly for the second half, and that means we don't retain the ball very well, we don't keep the ball as well, and we don't look as strong a side because of it. So, he's got one of those physiques, one of those bodies. I compare him to sort of Frank Bruno in that sense, who could, he probably trained all his life but could only last 3 or 4 rounds at the top level, and then used to just tire very quickly. And Jesse's got that at the moment. Yeah. But what a handful him and Dundas were in that first half, and a great finish for his first goal as well.
Do you think he was slightly put off by his booking in the second half?
No, he gets put off by the fact that his lungs give up, his heart gives up, and his legs give up. I mean, he literally does, almost just melt down in front of you. And we kept trying to get him going, like, we can 5 more minutes, Jesse, 5, and that lasted, we did that 3 times to him. But, on his day, and he had a good day today, he's a handful.
Promise from the player that replaced him as well, even if only for 10 minutes, Shaquille.
Yeah, well, obviously we put the third man back into the midfield to what they were doing. I thought Shaq's had 2 or 3 great situations that he did very, very well from, and we needed to score perhaps from one of those. If we'd gone 3-1 up anywhere in that point, when I thought we had a nice little 10-minute spell, they looked like they'd puffed themselves out, and we were beginning to make chances. No more than when Craig, the ball swapped 3 or 4 yards out, and we thought he was poking it into the goal. And there were lots of other little bits and pieces, but in the main, I'm happy. I've got to say, we looked more like a proper team.
And feel happy with the addition to the coaching staff this week as well?
Yeah, very much. I mean, one of the reasons I brought Ian in is certainly on the defensive side of where we're at, getting the line up quicker, set pieces, free kicks. But I mean, one thing I would like to say, I spoke to Jamie Lawrence during the week, and Jamie did a great job here. It was more also to make it easier for me to get up here, to have someone to talk about the game coming backwards and forwards. But both Matt Lockwood and Jamie Lawrence, it wasn't their fault that we conceded goals, it wasn't their fault that we weren't winning games. It was more circumstances of Matt being in Scotland, and as I said, to get the opportunity to bring Ian and Steve Beck in, and they're both doing it for very little expenses, which helps the club and helps me. But they're people that, as I said, I've worked with before. They live close to me, and I'm going to get good support base from that, I think.
So overall, more positive than negative, despite the
absolutely. Listen, 4 points from the last 2 games. Yeah. We've got an away game and a home game now. We've got 4 points. I'm good with that. Go and beat Hayes and Yedden next week. And we know we're not going to be too far away come the end of the season. The season's not won and lost. I've said this before in October. It's won and lost in March and April, and we're in a good place.